Aspen Group Resources is an independent oil and gas producer that's making its stake here in Canada through acquisitions and what one analyst says is a solid formula for success.
This report is brought to you by the Richmond Club, where investors and high-growth companies meet.
We have about 1,500 oil and gas producing wells, of which we have an interest in about 11 states. Our primary areas of focus and concentration are in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas.
The junior companies now represent significant value. My personal opinion is I think natural gas is the place to focus. 80% of this company's mix is natural gas.
The company trades on the TSE under the symbol ASR. The 52-week high is $3.44, but now has a recent trading range of less than $1. Aspen Group Resources recently reported record results for fiscal year 2001. CEO Jack Wheeler says their strong results were due in part to a successful drilling program, acquisitions, and high commodity prices. The company recently announced a merger with Canadian-based Endeavour Resources.
I would suggest that the asset value of the company, now that Endeavour is merged with it, is fairly close to $3 a share, US. The stock, so obviously, is trading at a third of that. So the upside, I would suggest, is closer to 2.
Although we've been a Canadian corporation, we've had no assets in Canada. So now we'll have Canadian assets plus US assets. We'll be in a position where we believe that by the end of the year 2000, we'll be producing in excess of 3,000 barrels a day.
Wheeler says Aspen's average return is 11-1 compared to capital expenditures, and by any standards, that's a great return. Aspen's average cost per barrel is less than $2.50.
In excess of 400 wells that we've drilled in the last 5 years, we've only had 3 wells that are not commercially successful.
But with a stock price of less than $1, Notman says that institutional investors have not come on board as yet, but he feels that will change in the coming year.
I think resource area anyway is a little for the more aggressive investor because you never know what's going to happen. That's what makes it interesting. I think the one thing that Endeavour brings to the table is they do now have an exploration end, which gives it a little more sizzle. I'm very enthusiastic about Endeavour's exploration in Alberta.
The Richmond Club report is brought to you by Rich Quote. Comprehensive market data and live Level 2 stock quotes for only $17 US per month. For a free trial, go to www.richmondclub.com.